Or Ruben. I mean, we'll give him one range.
There you go.
And on the other side of the map, top, this Beastmaster, again, it's similar to the PL from the last game. They pick this not to
Radiant's courier has been
destroy the lane, they pick it as more of a game counter. So even if they go even in the lane...
That was nasty.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right,
So it's not just sidekick that makes this good. I see.
Yeah.
Good combo.
A lot of spells that do a lot of things on this hero. Yeah. Stuns, slows, displacement, movement speed.
So far across all the lanes looking pretty good. A slight advantage for each of these Boom heroes over their counterparts in the lane. And we'll see if you know, Team Spirit, oftentimes these lineups that they build.
Just gonna find a courier.
Yeah, that's a little interesting.
Alright,
cool.
Happens to the best of us.
He probably clicked it somewhere under the tower to hide it, because it was on the way back. I don't think I had anything on it.
No, it was empty, yeah.
Now he's telling Yatoro, please don't feed these boots. We need the boots to crush the lane. Skem's gonna make a move for the 4-minute water rune. These 4-minute runes are really important. A lot of the time when the matchups are relatively close, if you don't get a water rune, it starts to get very hard, and the Lesh uses a lot of mana, so you're gonna lose out a water rune.
Yeah, gonna big stacks at the same time too, so the big efficiencies here from Skem.
Yeah, that is going to be a huge injection of gold for them later if they want to farm that up with either FBZ or for that Shadow Fiend. We'll have to watch for it. As FBZ just tanking through a bunch of damage from Aposhka. This Lich.
Bot lane.
More.
A nice jump on Collapse.
Collapse in trouble, but Jackie cleaning him up. So another kill down bottom.
Really, really nicely played. He got a 2-man dispose, or rebound rather, and then just 2 raises, the OD dies. He's going treads. It looks like he's just gonna go rush the Axe on the OD, which is last time he would popular as the offlane. He would go Meteor Hammer.
Yeah.
And he'd play for the wait till the H on banished, pressure Meteor Hammer for the perfect timing. But it looks like now he's just playing purely for the Astral.
Yeah. Which is understandable a little bit there, but not having a great time on that OD to start at the very least. As Spear gonna connect onto that tower, make sure that Yopaj can secure those couple of last hits. As again, slow and steady as we've often seen happen in these elimination matchups. Your team really wants to leave to try and rotate to one of those other lanes. Things can go south very quickly.
Yeah, none of these early moves mid. Skem just too busy doing his stacks, and also, you're a disruptor, so it's not that great. And obviously you can see the benefits of having the Mercy down bottom.
I think the 2 big moves this game right now are going to be whether they go mid on the arena timing, which is about to hit right now. It looks like the supports are kind of locked in their lanes due to how Team Spirit drafted. But I think the other move that is really important is I think Yatoro's going to look to TP bot at some point relatively soon. 1 Astral into a Life Leader just hitting you. He has Ghoul Frenzy. He has all the slow he needs. So once I would say that's going to happen right around when Beast hits Dom. So in the next minute or 2, you'll probably see him abandon the lane.
Now this is, again, the moments when Boom have looked at their strongest, when they make sure that they enable Yopaj to get everything he wants, and they bring in 2 supports, going to secure that rune, which is going to spawn up top. So Yopaj gets the DD, and again, this is 2 separate rounds where Boom has got their supports to run mid and deny out Toronto Tokyo.
Look at this, they just run right into his jungle too. No big stacks even for him right now, unfortunately. As Leshrac, someone who just doesn't even matter how many units there are with his spells, right? They're just basically farming the same amount, so.
Yeah, it looks like Team Spirit's playing mostly just to secure their side lanes. They're all just doing their own thing. They're 2-on-2, no one's moving, no one's doing much. And they're trying to be content 50-50ing all their lanes. I think they're very confident in how their heroes match up, just pure 1-to-1s on the other team. So they don't feel the need to pressure towers early, pressure anything. They need to hit their timing. Again, this Leshrac, the Bloodstone is his timing. So the whole team's probably just playing for Bloodstone hits, or Lesh hits Bloodstone, then we do what we need.
And then the question is, if you spot that arena coming, maybe you can get Collapse there in time, get the Astral save, get the big turnaround play in the mid lane.
A little bit of a go here. Pops the rage, no glimpse. FBZ chased down. Do they have a pull? They do. Aposhka, he got him. FBZ just gonna die. So a very nice play from Team Spirit there. They just ran on in and killed him. Scam. He should be fine.
Just wanted that one last punch.
That's the worst feeling. You're like, they don't have stuns. I can TP out.
Fine.
And then you get stunned. You're like, I have to walk back to your lane. He doesn't have boots either because he wants to get this Helm of the Dominator. A little sad, but it's not the worst. He still has this time. The Beastmaster always has a timing. He gets level 6, he gets Dom, and he can kick out almost any carry from the game.
Some wards placed up there. Probably will be taken away in just a couple of minutes here. But Yopaj Well, throw out that stun, connects onto the Nyx Assassin. Still hanging onto this arena, but with no spear, that gives Toronto Tokyo some freedom to walk on in and try and push out this lane. Mira wants to contest, and it is going to be bottom. So they get another rune. In fact, this TD, some pretty good damage. They're going to take down the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, and that level 1 Carapace, or, well, sorry, level 2, I mean, it's so, there's 20 seconds, like, there's such a long time for you to punish on that. Once you Carapace that spear, I was kind of thinking like, ooh, this looks kind of free, you know? And start looking at that Leshrac with the arena, but instead they just chase down Mira at the rune.
So no runes claimed at 8 minutes in by the Toronto Tokyo. Feels a little bit rough. You can see he's kind of hurting from it based on that net worth, having to run back and forth to base a couple of times. But
all right, Mira fills a bottle, gives him a little prize from that, but again, if Team Spirit feels a little, I don't know how to say it. They're just stuck in their lanes, maybe.
yeah.
And the worry is if Boom is able to kick these heroes out of lane fully, that's when it starts feeling bad.
Yeah, then you're forced to make a move. And if you look at their heroes, like making a move is not very easy. It feels like it's kind of on the back of Mira, obviously once you get to 6.
Yeah, the cores don't really mesh that well in terms of forcing plays to happen. You Astral, and Astral's not the best because it also enables the other team to set up for 4 seconds. They can TP in, try to save, so a lot of it will be on this Nyx Assassin, I think, to kind of catch around the map. Or even the Lifestealer just walking at a tower.
Poshka, they find him again. Couple quick hits, and Team Spirit looking to get a bit of a return. Can they do it? Yopaj chased down, barely able to walk away from that one, and he gets out.
Look at TP.
Is he still sticking around here? This is crazy. This guy needs to head on back home, and will do just that. So they get the kill onto that Lich and manage to escape. Was the arena used?
It was. The nice thing as well is that the Beastmaster used Roar for that, so Yutaro probably feels safe for the next 70 seconds to sit in his lane and not feel pressure to rotate out. But now this is giving a 1v1 to Collapse. And OD, even in a bad matchup in the side lane, but giving him a 1v1 is pretty nice for the hero. And something interesting as well is he maxed his Arcane Orb first, as opposed to the Astral.
Yeah, trying to get up that farm there, and obviously be a bit of a threat if anybody
Yeah.
steps in too much.
I feel like it's like a good threat in terms of rotations as well. Trying to bring someone through.
A little bit of some mouse issues as we see the Hellbear about to be banished to the Netherrealm. You know, it's interesting to me too, the dynamic of these two teams in terms of the pressure that they're feeling. For Team Spirit, again, returning champions, and for Boom, you know, they were making tweets that looked like they thought they were out of the tournament just a couple days ago. You know, expectations are off. Obviously, it's always, you know, a tough situation to be in playing like this, but they have been looking very free, very fluid on this Boom team.
Yeah, well, we have the timing's not coming out in terms of the 10-minute tome. So Disruptor, probably gonna have 6 here in a second. Marcy, of course, a position 4 that doesn't really need the 6 that bad.
Yeah,
at
but
least
he could be
compared to
level
Disruptor.
7.
I know, it's true, it's true.
You never play the pubs or the 4, and you're like, I could be level 7 right now. I could be so strong.
Listen, Disruptor players have special, you know, they have like a little pass. They get it, all right?
They feel the need. They got to get it. Yeah, and I think that this level 6s is going to be an interesting little timing as well, because you get so many big team fight things, whether it's Chain Frost, the Vendetta to allow you know, Mira to wrap around and try and sneak up on somebody. There's a lot that changes once these supports get ultis, and also once the game resumes. So we're just waiting on that one. Mask of Madness done on the SF. Waiting as Lifestealer is heading in, and I believe has that armlet coming out to him. Queuing up the Deso afterwards, so just straight up damage for this guy.
So the cores have not done much rotating. Yopaj did the move top, but you can see it doesn't even feel that good for him to go top. The Lesh just follows him, they take some fight, looks really scary. And I think right now this bot lane is where the action is going to happen for either side. That's where the easiest lane for, because you can't arena the Lifestealer. He's going to rage your arena, walk away. So he's going to try to look to maybe arena collapse, or the Lifestealer's going to go bot.
Yeah, if they see the Lifestealer go bot, like maybe there's a chance that you follow just like the Helm up top, or you just, you know, all fight bot, as you said. It's kind of like last game where everyone, like Hokori tried to make the save on Lumiere's lane. They all went up there. That made such a big change as to where the game went, and now we're at that same crossroads here.
And this is where the Lifestealer kind of, the strength of the hero shows. Obviously, it's really good, you know, mid-late game. He has rage. He's so good versus all the spellcasters, but it's when you can't kick him out of the lane. That's where he's really strong. And he has Armlet, he has Max Ghoul Frenzy. You can't really just lane verse him for fun.
See you later, again, Adaro keeps the pressure up top, trying to force that back. There was a big movement down bottom.
Look at FBZ though. He's getting like the big, he just got the catapult up top with his boar while he was farming the ancients.
And he finished that big
That's
stack
a gamer.
there too.
Yeah, that's nice.
That is a lot of gold. And he needed it. He was pretty far behind on this Beastmaster. So starting to catch back up to the rest of the cores in this game.
Feels a little bad, but I think his job in this game is mostly just going to be to buy the Vlads for his team. He has 2 cores who use it very nicely, and it's just going to be to roar the Lifestealer. That's all they need him to do. He doesn't need to crush the game by himself.
RC gets hit there by the sun. Chain Frost looking for some lucky bounces. Will hit one. Do they get another? They do. One last punch. Mira comes in. Luck and skill and team spirit. They take on down that support. Toronto Tokyo moving in. Says, Yopaj, you want some more? Glimpse to stop it. And that will be enough to keep Yopaj out of harm's way.
Yeah, I was scared of a Mira stun into follow-up split earth, so try and remove that. But yeah, missing the spear there.
Yeah, nice side step.
Yeah, that was rough.
This is where Mars can feel a little scary. If you can't consistently make these arenas work, get these kills with the arena, the spears, you start to not have as much impact. You can see he's rushing the BKB, so his damage won't be too high, but...
Glimpse, spear, stays on, big static storm, hits onto everybody. Yano rages, keeps him alive. Is it enough? No! He still manages to go down. A good thump on Yadaro, but it wasn't enough to keep the Lesh alive.
That would have been crazy. Yeah, actually managed to get the save there too.
Radiant's top tower
But I mean, that's why I think Mars is so tempting. Like, despite like, what is he, like 40% win rate or something, and maybe even lower.
Yeah.
Like he just keeps going down, but you still see teams gravitate back to this hero because he gives you like direction. He gives you, you know you have arena, you know it's like this spell that you can go, but when you start missing these spears, that's where it gets really painful.
A lot of the damage from this hero comes from spear and arena.
Yeah.
So you miss that, you're missing out 600 damage or so on every hero. I also think something interesting is the Lifestealer. If he ends up going for Shard, he doesn't have it queued up yet, but it's really cool with Leshrac of how it works. It'll make the Leshrac lifesteal 50% of the damage.
Yeah.
And it'll bounce and connect on all the different units every damage. So I think it's every 500 damage, it'll open wounds another unit. So
It is a very close game here, as you can see. A slight favor right now to the 4-team Spirit. Yeah, that open wounds is going to be something interesting to watch for. If that's going to be enough to keep alive this Lesh in these pivotal moments. Or, of course, the big hero that we haven't even really talked about has been this OD. Still has the chance to Astral for those saves, but Smoke and the Vendetta used. Mira moves in. Ooh, just a little bit off on that stun.
Was he not going for the Helm Creep?
He might have been going for the hero trend.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Mirror and
attack.
Impales in the top lane.
Yeah.
Same location, 1 year later.
Dude, that's the thing with True Sight, right? Everybody remembers every move at that point afterwards. It's just how it goes.
Flashbacks.
Well, they did win that TI, so maybe it's good flashbacks.
Good flashbacks. Memories is what they say.
Dire's middle
All
tower
right,
is
Invis
under
rune
attack.
picked up for Yopaj now.
Every rune.
Yeah,
single
every
one.
rune.
Always bringing the heroes, keeping some vision in the area as well.
Radiant's top tower
Unfortunately,
is under
not
attack.
resulting in a big lead for this hero. Not really snowballing your Marizal too much.
Toronto is
Here he
closing
comes.
in on the Bloodstone though.
He's going bottom with that invis.
They have a sentry, though. They spotted... Oh, no, that was Radiant Sentry.
I know, it
Game
looked like
sense.
you
Just
think it
game
was
sense.
dire. By the way,
Yeah.
he just got out of there, right? But
Dude, Collapse was so ready.
this guy's pretty good, I hear.
Maybe they had a word on where he TP'd from, but regardless.
Oh, very nice. Fests kills that off. Now Rage used, they're gonna stun him. Tim's has the control for round 2 if they go for the jump to stun. Disposes it enough, it is! Oh, pretty play coming from FPZ and Tim's. The Chain Frost will not stop it. Just like that, they open this one up perfectly.
It's the carry rotation. Shadowfiend goes top, breaks the lanes down, they kill the Lifestealer. It was... You know what he's doing. He infests the creep to just kill the Dom creep so that Beastmaster has no pressure, but now
Is under attack.
they just roar him. He just dies.
Now the situation just gets so much worse. But at least they'll have the trade in the bottom lane at the same time there with the help of the Leshrac.
Yeah, this will probably finish the Bloodstone.
Radiant's
Oh,
bottom tower
okay.
is under
Toronto
attack.
bought the
Dire's top
energy
tower
booster. I got
has
worried.
fallen.
There.
Sold
Oh,
it.
yeah,
He sold
he
it
could've-
fast enough though. He's
Yeah.
He's good.
They did smoke up from top as they run down here. Do they have a dust? They do have a dust ready on the disruptor.
They
so.
saw him. They caught a quick IS on him.
Miss.
Just out of range, though. So Mira will escape. Yopaj throwing a spear in anger.
Sentry and ward on this cliff if he
Yeah,
decides to
that
peek his head
combo.
up.
the classic Knicks, you know, like to run up those stairs.
Radiant's bottom tower
Well,
has
tier
fallen.
1 tower taken both top and bottom. Mid open if they want to head that direction.
That was a really big move. Killing this Lifestealer. Anytime you kill a hero who feels unkillable, the next kill is always easier. It's the same thing with Timbersaw when he's a very strong hero. You kill this guy once, and he starts going from, you know, diving your tier 3s, being unkillable, to just a hero.
Got it off. Saved for the moment. In some trouble now. Collapse. Does he have the ability to survive? They have Infest up in a second if they want to use
Another
it.
Astral.
Astral, round 2. Collapse, building him up.
one.
Gets him healed back up. Now the turn. Yopaj in trouble. Killed off. Collapse. Another Astral now.
It's so much damage. It's 500 with the Ags.
Oh my god. Blows him up. And they still hang on to the OD ulti. But showing the power of this pick here on the big stage. Team Spirit looking good.
The nice thing right now is he doesn't have to play into the Beastmaster. Zoo's the way you beat OD, so he's constantly been bot. He hasn't even looked top probably, hasn't even touched the lane. His team's coming to him bot, and they don't even worry about the Beastmaster. He's relatively poor for what you would expect from this hero, and he hasn't had much impact outside of that Lifestealer kill.
Yeah, he died at some pretty crucial moments, and now they start to surround this mid tower here, but they're bringing a lot of units. There's no Static Storm, but they do have that glimpse, so if you drive them off, maybe you can get a pick off.
Tower dropping so quickly. Yeah, they're gonna take this one. Team Spirit, come on in, claim the tower. They do ask for a 1. Do they have? Oh, it's just a 4. Okay, I thought that was
Just a
another
4.
hero. Nonetheless,
One big thing is they glyphed, I believe, so now Boom has no glyph. So if Team Spirit's feeling really good, they can go for a tier 2 right now.
Yeah.
take a look real quickly at this replay and how close it could have been, but Collapse was there for the save, and they just handled him.
Likely a smoke coming out here soon, you would think, from Boom, right? You have Arena backup, you have Static Storm. They're trying to think of the big play they want to go for.
Absolutely. Let's see if they head up to that side of the map.
Hitting BKB timing on the Shadow Fiend, just about 400 gold. And Boom still has very strong timings. They have double BKB soon. Mars just finished his. He gets an Invis to catch. No blinks yet on the side of them, so their jump is not the best, but when they're able to sit there, stand with BKB as the sidekick, maybe they fight around a Roche, they're really strong.
Dude, Spirit's vision is unreal right now. They have watched like 4 heroes walk from the top rune down through their jungle. Now they see them over by their the shop as well earlier. So, or not the shop rather, but like heading towards that outpost. So just tons of wards in that area from Spirit with their 3K lead. Gives them the safety to just sort of farm up a little bit more. And now with that information, they're going for the fight.
They run into him. The smoke heading down south, and it's FBZ that is going to be the first point of contact. They might have seen the axes there. FBZ backs away, anticipating some heading over that direction.
This is not where you want to fight for Boom. They want to go. They want to force a Roche right now. I think they want to force a Roche or a tower. They want to force an area that Team Spirit's forced to walk into.
Yeah.
Their Hawks, their vision, so you can see.
They're
instantly
pinging
these
it from
top.
Tim's. Tim's is just all over that Roche.
They're going. Yopaj invis. And
Radiant's
no
bottom
sentries
tower
around,
is
so if they
under
head up
attack.
this direction, he is there to break it off. And again, another one of these just runes picked up that could be game defining. Yopaj there, they drop the sentry. He's still over in the trees though. They spot him, Ward, he's just out of vision. They'll take it down now, and Team Spirit not wanting to give up this Roche for nothing. Yeah. Reset again.
It's all these games. Best of ones, so much nerves. You don't want to be the team that makes the bad move.
Yeah.
You want to always make sure your moves are good, they're clean. Even if they end up gameplay-wise not clean, you want the moves as a team to be clean and together.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
After farming out bottom and then heading top, Team Spirit back to it in their own jungle. Boom is going to spread out a little bit. They're going to show Yopaj on that bottom lane, at least for a moment. And now Toronto Tokyo heading on in, ready to contest for this rune. It is a DD. Jackie's going to pick that one up.
Oh, DD, BKB, Shadow Fiend. And this is with a lot of gold investment right now just being stacked and waiting on the OD and the next assassin, right? They want these Blink Daggers to transform their heroes a little bit here, give them that extra reach. So this is a good time for Boom. A lot of empty gold right now on Spirit. The lead is not as large as it seems.
They head on in. There's no way to see into the pit right now for Team Spirit. As
The Hawk.
they're going to start taking it. Get the D ward. And are they just going to give this up on Team Spirit? It looks like it.
This is where the team fight comes in for Boom. With
Yeah.
Disruptor, Mars, Beast, they have so many heroes that you don't want to walk into them.
Wow.
They
Just
take
like
an area.
that. Boom. They're going to claim the first Aegis, and Team Spirit give it up for them. We'll see if they can wait this one out, because last game we just saw how quickly things can turn around the back of an Aegis.
You can see they're building for the fights here with the halberd done on Yadro. Try and ruin Jackie's team fight.
Oh, ready to move in. They're going to defend mid still, even into the Aegis.
They want to smoke the infest on the Nyx. They'll look for Mars. He walks away. I think
Radiant are scanning.
He's pretty slow.
he's good.
Nah, he gets out of there. Radiant scan, they knew that play was coming again.
That was nice. Anytime you know the team kind of rotates a lot of heroes mid specifically, the only way they can leave mid is a smoke or aggressive play. You can't really split up in all directions because now you don't have TPs for 80 seconds, and that's how you get picked off. So, the nice foresight to know that Team Spirit's going to make an aggressive move.
Bit of a classic at this point, right? The aggro immediately after Roche, trying to sort of like ruin this composure that you get having the Aegis, feeling the safety around the map.
Yeah, there used to be a long time ago. Used to be you get the Aegis and you're like, oh, they're never gonna fight.
Yeah, they won't come.
I have Aegis.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't kill me, but
Dire's top tower
nowadays a lot of
is
teams
under
just
attack.
kind of take that bluff and will kill the Aegis really fast or kill the one hero who's trying to
Dire's middle
abuse
tower
the Aegis vision.
Yeah.
Wow.
That one hero who really needs an item extremely badly, like Yopaj on the Blink Dagger right now.
And you can see that in that sort of vacuum of space, Yopaj comes on in, will farm this, while FBZ took the mid tier 1 tower with his summons. So still very even game. Poshka the one that's keeping this lane pushed out continuously.
Oh. It's like such a battle of the vision for the Beastmaster and the positioning of Collapse. I feel like, you know, if they can spot him first and get initiation on the OD, the spike could look so good for Boom.
Courier coming on out. The blink, that was underneath the ward. They saw this. So Spirit playing it safe right now and going on over. See if they can find somebody as they head up the hill. But Spirit, they're already back underneath their own tier 2 tower.
It looks like they want to defend the tier
Dire's
2.
top tower
Utoro TP's mid, smokes up. They want to get probably a support. Or if the Mars
Okay.
dies 100 to 0,
Oh, look at that vision though, yeah. That's
Running on in. Smoke.
Dire's
Era.
top tower has fallen.
Scouted. Toronto Tokyo heads out too. They're just doing little tap dances around each other. Everybody knows where they're at.
my biggest concern right now for Boom is whether they have the damage without the SF. I think the Mars is kind of low damage. Beastmaster's not having an amazing game. So it's a lot on the back of this Shadowfane, I think, to kind of do everything in the fight. They have to play around him, they have to protect him, he has to kill everyone. On the side of Spirit, you know, Lifestealer dies, maybe the Leshrac goes.
Ooh.
The Leshrac dies, OD maybe carries them. So it seems a little more of a tricore on the side of Spirit. And Boom, it seems like all their eggs are in the basket.
they actually have so much more damage on Spirit.
Ward, drop down. They see everybody. Boom. Team Spirit have to run away again. They will manage to force him back for the moment, but Boom taking good vision in this area, and with 1.5 minutes left on the Aegis, could be spoiling for a fight, or even just to try and bully Team Spirit. They haven't been able to accentuate their lead as Team Spirit keeps farming.
They're not being bullied, you know? They're kind of like looking at it, like, yeah, okay, we got Aegis, what? You want to fight? We're ready. It is causing them, of course, to stay relatively grouped, and so you can see that Boom gets a slightly bigger spread there, but you gotta be a little bit careful, because we know that they're ready to try and abuse that spread if you're too confident in your Aegis. Luckily, they've lost a lot of their vision, so Spirit aren't exactly sure where they're grouped up right now.
Butterfly is finished for Shadowfiend, so Lifestealer's not going to do too much versus him. But it's
Looking
also
out for this one. The glimpse back will be saved by Astro for the moment. Spear, that was rage. Yopaj goes in. There is nowhere to fight. Maposhka down low is going to die, but a couple more of these Astros. Mir getting a little bit of separation. Split Earth, it's on the BKB. Toronto Tokyo trying to do what damage he can, but it's not enough. They want to bring him down desperately. A couple more punches, but he's away. Two still dead. Boom, look for more. Find the OD, and boom. They take him down 3 for nothing.
So maybe they should have respected the Aegis a little bit more. You know, it's just a little bit.
Just so much damage from that SF. And now, even though the Aegis is expiring, this is going to be another tier 2 tower taken by Boom.
they used Glyph. There's no more Glyph if they go for the tier.
That is very frightening.
Aegis is expiring, so I think they might respect Team Spirit, but
It's certainly such a little poking part. Like Yato just like still hitting the creep there as well. He gets it down, okay, nice. But this was kind of crazy, right? Like the fact that he had the enrage off in time too. So.
And then of course
it got kind of weird. He like infests the lich isn't moving, then they get stuck.
I think the important thing right now is they used the Lich Frost Armor before the fight started. They kind of used it as a, he can walk in, he won't die, he'll kill the creep, versus they go on him, I protect him with this. And I think that's kind of what caused the Lifestealer to die in the fight. So if he gets Frost Shielded, I think that's actually going to be the big change in the next fight that Team Spirit needs. That's all they need to do.
The thing that's interesting is also like this build that the Shadow Fiend has gone straight butterfly afterwards, after the BKB. Really good, obviously, against the Lifestealer, but then the other one is going to be this OD, these Arcane Orbs. Doesn't really want to have to itemize to deal with this for collapse. They're going to need to wait for that BKB to be down on the SF before they can really take an easy fight at least.
Yeah, thankfully, he doesn't really need to press his orb. His goal in life is more going to be just astral people to either to save or astral enemies so he can set up for his ult. But it's going to matter when it's like, you know, it gets down to the end of the fights, everyone's half health, low mana, no BKBs. That's when he could, you know, 3-shot the SF. But if you miss 2 of those 3 hits, he's not dying.
Going to be looking for a little bit of goodwill from the Dota gods, all playing here in their home region. Boom. Wanting to see if they can keep this pressure on. Only one outer tower remains. A 10-6 game, not too many kills, but a whole lot of pressure being felt by both of them. As they're going to wait out for this next Aegis, a minute 15 seconds till it's capable of respawning.
And taking that bottom tier 2 as well as putting that pressure on the tier 3 tower right now. I'll grab this mid tier 2 as well. And in another minute, we'll know just how close that is. You can see the lines be drawn by Tim again, directing a lot of the team throughout this match. He's just saying, just stick together, right? We know our plan right now. We're very strong at the moment, and we have that good team fight.
They know that Roche can start respawning in about a minute, so they want to take this dire jungle away from them and then hold the high ground, hold wards. They want to be ready for Roche before it happens. Or just have fun with your ult.
A lot of constant spam there of the Requiem.
I think the really nice thing as well is Yopaj. You see he went BKB Blink, and he knows he's not going to do this Deso or the Ags, the damage. He doesn't need to. So he's going to go for a Sheep and also for a Refresher. So he's playing purely stun heroes, team fight. That's all he needs to do. Just be there and control for your Shadow Fiend.
Smoke up Team Spirit, no vision in this area. KB out, FBZ. There's a surprise inside of that Nyx. Be careful. Be a little bit wary chasing too far. Lifestealer will pop out. But that's BKB down on the Beastmaster.
And the Roar. Which, the Roar is one of their biggest tools versus the Lifestealer. You can use it through Rage. It's their only tool they can use through a BKB hero.
And a quick spawn on Roche, so potentially those won't be up by the time this fight could happen again.
Yeah, they actually want to try and pressure that bottom lane by the looks of it as well. They're like sending Yopaj down, seeing if they can create that imbalance on the map. But Team Spirit, they're moving faster than that.
Voshka heads on in. They already de-warded this area on Boom.
Their scan misses. Oh, now they see him.
Maybe a chance. Smoke breaks. FBZ.
Oh, they could swing at him.
Just barely gets out of there.
So close.
That was very, very close. But Team Spirit head on in and are going to take this tier 1 tower.
So Roshan is up. There's no Roar for 25 seconds, no BKB on him for 30. And Spirit does have the ability to Roche very easily. The Lifestealer can do it by himself. Even the OD orb works on it now. So they have the tools to do it, and they see it.
They have the Hawk too, yeah. So Hawk doing some work here.
Now here's the part of the dance where Boom's going to try to take the jungle back from them, so they have the high ground advantage in the fight. Pushing up mid, pushing out bot. Always about these pressure, these lanes, the vision.
The Hawk is just doing so much for them right now. You know, because it lets them get this pressure in the mid lane, lets them get this pressure in the bottom. They don't have to worry about the fact that, like, they know that Roche isn't being taken. They don't have to worry about some smoke play or something. They're just chilling.
Yeah.
This Roche is the big one. It's the second Roche. That's generally the first one. It'll give us 2,000 gold, but you don't really end the game with it. The second Roche, you get Shards, you get Aegis. This is when you have actually hit your timings, and you can actually end the game. So whichever team gets this Roche is probably going to be firmly in command of the game for the next 5 or so minutes.
Sliver picked up for the SF. More ways to just make him hit harder, stay alive longer, and even queuing up the Sanjin Yasha next. So wanting to just be this whirling damage dealer in this game will while a smoke happens, 5
This
heroes.
is, also, like the first time they give her the buybacks can be really huge, right? For this Roche as well.
Yeah, that's also a big reason why Dire Jungle is so important for both teams to take. The outpost. It's the Roche buyback. And right now Team Spirit has it, so they should be a little confident about the Roche fight, but it's all about the team fight.
It really feels like Collapse is the big one. Like him not having the buyback too. Like he's someone who can get back in the fight so fast if he were to go down first.
Watch for it. And Team Spirit, they did take that upper tier 1 tower, which is normally where Radiant will come to help reinforce and save. The Spike Carapace hits.
Okay, all right, yeah.
But won't go for anything else there. Mira does have that Blink Dagger, but it's a little bit scary to make the move.
The big Carapace plays so far today have led to some victories.
I think he's really happy he has the shard right now. If there's no damage over time, the Nyx is able to blink forward and stun him there.
Yeah.
True.
Blink canceled.
Stay away from.
Maybe can hit a couple big spears there along the way too onto several heroes. We'll have to watch and wait and see, but boom, they feel strong, they feel ready. They're heading into the pit. Satanic is done for Jackie. I don't know if they spotted him going in here, actually. They might not have. So Team Spirit on the outside, and of course, without any easy vision in here, they're not going to be able to tell that this is happening.
Togyo's Blink is coming right now as well.
They want to make this
on the
fight
bot
happen.
side, there's pressure with the creep, so they're just being pulled around the map of what to do.
And it's moving down, it's going down quickly. They drop down the field, looking for a
he's
jump.
emptying the
Does he go
inventory.
in for it? He gets it for the ages. It's in time.
He got glimpsed out before he grabbed the shard.
Oh, man.
That was so close.
That timing. That timing, though.
We've seen some crazy Roche deals. Xin Q in the group stage was doing a lot.
And suddenly, a 7,000 gold lead for Boom. With no more outer towers left to go. I mean, Team Spirit, they've got to be sweating at this point.
How's Yopaj feeling? All right. You get a haste rune, I find that go a little wild there, but back to farming.
Seth, Aegis in hand, Jackie ready to move this one up. It's Yopaj's first TI after being a standout player this entire year and wanting to back up the rest of his team, see if they can get up there onto the high ground, take build-ins.
I think Boom might slow down for the next minute or so. The Shadow Fiend level 20 is a really big timing. He gets 3 more damage per soul, 60 more damage for 1 talent.
Yeah.
So I think once they hit that, that's probably where they're, all right, I have my timing, we go high ground, we can end the game, honestly.
Spirit, what is their answer going to be? Because right now, we haven't been able to see a successful move from them over the past couple of minutes. They have this Halberd, which seems really strong on Yatoro, but it's been a lot of like, okay, we can save this person, then we can save that person, but they haven't been able to do the damage that they need yet.
The biggest thing is actually starting the fights. Again, all of it is on Mira to start the fights for them. You don't want to really start with Astral and show your position, and so the Lifesteers constantly have to infest. He can't farm.
They have a Tim's BKB coming right now as well. So he can really get into these fights.
Banish, Split Earth, connects there for a moment, just tickling for now. Another round of the Astral. Jackie will just walk away from that one.
He sets himself the BKB and the Paladin sword, and Tim's just like, all right, let's go.
They're ready for it.
Try and force some Astrals.
Now,
The OD has no BKB, so Marcy gets on top of him. He can just kill him. The Static Storm as well, very good versus OD right now. It's really scary if Boom gets these team fights going.
they did finish the AC on Yatoro, and we still have a plate mail on the Lesh. So those heroes at least are going to be that much stronger and capable of keeping themselves alive if these fights go out.
It feels like Spirit have just been incredibly patient this entire game.
Again, they feel very confident with their heroes going to late game. The questions are they going to be too far behind when they get there?
And will Boom keep that pressure on and force them to have some type of reaction? Now Mira's moving in. Obviously, very dangerous with that Lifestealer in tow. Things could go wrong, and you don't have a BKB TP out with the Beastmaster in the pool.
That gem is still on Skem as well in the Disruptor, so.
All right, I think this is go time for Boom. They want to go high ground. They just finished AC. They just got level 20. The Refresher Orb is now finished by Mars. They just all these timings. They want to go. They want to end this game.
Got a fresh Glimmer as well on Skem. Everything's coming together.
The Glimmer.
I mean, if this push doesn't go well, if they lose this Aegis, if they lose a big team fight, how hard does that swing things back into the favor of Spirit if it happens?
It's pretty rough on Yopaj.
It depends on
spot a Refresher.
Yeah, I
Don't
think
wanna
it depends
lose
on the Lifestealer. If he
Okay.
survives the fight, he gets items. Because again, Spirit, all they need is they need to throw one hero into the Wolves. which is going to be the Lifesteal. He's going to get Frost Shield, he's going to get Astraled, and then if he survives all that, then he keeps fighting, then the Lush gets to own the fight, the OD gets to own the fight. But the biggest question is if he has enough farm, if he has enough time to actually survive this fight. That's why the bot fight, he dies first, the fight's over. So it's all about surviving this initial jump for Spirit, and sending a hero and 2 get jumped.
For now, they're content to hold this high ground. Net worth lead, staying steady, 9K. They finish the Daedalus.
Okay, I love what Mira just did. Mira just grabbed a sentry. So I was actually looking through it, trying to figure out, you know, because they were all sitting on Miposhka right now. Because if you think about that Glimmer save, because he's going to try and do some sort of a carapace play where he jumps in with the Lifestealer, and you really don't want the Glimmer to just save somebody.
There it is. A first opening, just the Impale, but the Frost Shield on the tower. And then they jump out. They're going to use the Glyph now. Not exactly the way they wanted that one to go, and they're still underneath the Hawk. This vision there the entire time, pushes him back, follows him, catches him with the save. It's there for the moment. Can he get out for round 2? They've already lost Mira. Chase down, couple punches, Yadro trying to get away. The crit was not enough damage, but they do still manage to take down that tower. It was a buyback from Mira, and then just like that, they get out.
Yeah, he still has the Arena Spear, but he does not have a BKB.
Yeah, 2 BKBs used on the Mars, BKB on the Marcy, BKB on the Shadow Fiend. Beastmaster still has his, but he has no roar. They don't feel too bad. I know that Aegis is expiring now, but you never feel bad. Anytime you win and you get a win, you shouldn't feel bad about taking the win and walking away.
Right.
Yeah, but will Spirit now walk out?
Right, and that's the other dynamic, is how far behind our Spirit. It's 12K gold, but in terms of items and fight potential, I feel like we haven't really even seen Team Spirit get a good one into their favor yet. It's going to be a tough one to watch as they try and pick up their next round of items now, 37 minutes in.
Again, this Leshrac hasn't been able to do too much in the fights. I think a lot of the time the Lifestealer is either dead or everyone's BKB'd, and he kind of wants to wait for everyone's BKB to run out to be this really strong threat. And so the fights have almost always been over in the duration of the BKBs.
Ward drop down, they see him. Toronto, Tokyo needs to be careful. The Spear blink back. Gets him for the glimpse, BKB TP out.
Okay, that was insane.
That was pretty good. that was pretty good.
That guy has won a TI before.
Yeah.
Quick fingers.
I saw Gunner's face, he's like, damn. Yeah, okay.
Arcane Rune up top.
They're just buying timings, but they have to at some point think of what is their timing.
I like this. I'm down for a replay on just a blink.
Yeah. Gets him out of there. So, boom, after taking the tier 3 tower, are going to try and make another assault down here at bottom. Still a minute and a half left till Roche. And they're actually finishing off a Dragonlance, bringing it out for Jackie. Always a bit scary walking up high ground without Aegis.
Bang the drums, though.
Looking for it. They have the Sentry Ward down. Impale to start. Big punch, big catch. Is it enough for the kill? Oh no, they didn't get it off in time. The ODOC missed. The save comes out from the Marcy. That was exactly what they needed. And now the pullback. Do they have enough? They do. Yadro down. No buyback. Oh, boom. They sense something. They sense the moment. They can feel the crowd.
He's so close to buyback, too.
And they want to take this one down. Tier 3 tower getting hit. Jackie from the low ground. This would be such a huge upset. They have looked solid this entire game.
Look at Yopaj just lying in wait there with the smoke, using that ninja gear.
Has Refresher back up again in a second, too. 10 seconds left now. Can they do this?
OG.
Looking for it. Collapse. He's revealing himself.
He's got a ward on the right. He sees them all.
They're thinking about it. Jump forward. Spear back. Arena down. Get over here. Round 2 with the Refresher. Tim's in. They're catching. They're killing. Boom. They're doing it all. Team Spirit, they don't have the answer. There are still no buybacks. Still dead for a little while longer. They chase him down. Big blast and another one dead. Team Spirit. They're all laid out. It is over. Oh my God, Boom came in and boomed them. As they're gonna take it down. Mira back up again, the crowd's getting into it. There's a third Roche up, but they don't care. They wanna end this game. They wanna send the TI champs home. They throw the spear in to stop any blinks, to stop anything at all. Jackie trying to take it down. Mira looking, hoping, desperately want to take this out. But Tim, she runs in, he punches the ancient Team Spirit. They don't have an answer. GG! Boom come in and upset the champs. You couldn't write it any better.
A CTI, Boom Esports doing it for the crowd. They're on their feet. They love this.
Unbelievable performance, and oh, it hurts. God, the elimination, but the absolute ecstasy coming out from Boom as they close this game out. 1% chance at the end of the group stages
To play this game.
to play this game, to even have the opportunity. One of those matches that they are not going to forget, and Boom get another lifeline here.
I mean, they definitely did not look like any sort of an underdog, that's for sure, throughout this match. I feel like they sort of took the tempo a lot through this game. They understood that they were the ones leading, and it was always Team Spirit. They were like trying to find their way back in. And it felt like Boom were just in such good control.
And with that, we're going to head on back to the studio. Team Spirit eliminated. Boom, moving on.
Indeed, Boom control the game and control the narrative, and they are moving on to game 2 and knocking out the defending champions, Team Spirit. And you know, so much to talk about when it comes to draft, the lane moving, the itemization. So we can start with you, T-Gov. The draft.